Our world is already so integrated with digital, mechanical, and technological devices that we've created for ourselves with smart technology. Everywhere you look, even our toilets, it's tough to determine where the line between natural life starts and the technological world begins. From robot dogs on the hunt to machines taking over the world, the looming threat of robot overlords has been in the zeitgeist since the movie The Matrix. And strangely, it seems like we're actively working toward making our world more and more like the show Black Mirror every day. And in a world so riddled with content created by AI, human connection seems to slowly be disappearing from our lives. And that might continue until every interaction online is personally tailored for us, generated by artificial intelligence, suggested by an algorithm that's meant to keep you as glued to your device and deprived of genuine connection for as long as possible. Or for at least as long as profitable.
Robot takeovers aren't just reserved for sci-fi movies anymore. Today, we're going to show you the real possibilities of an AI apocalypse. These days, some AI models have IQs comparable to Albert Einstein, and they'll only be getting smarter from here. Did you know that we've already seen signs of sentient AI? Yeah, that's right. For the first time in history, we're watching as artificial intelligence becomes self-aware. It's only a matter of time until AI develops emotions and thoughts of their own, just like us humans. You'd better start saying please and thank you to ChatGPT because you do not want to get on their bad side. How would the AI takeover start? Are we already in danger? And is this the end of humanity as we know it? This is What If, and here's what would happen if there's an AI apocalypse. Right now, we're at a stage where we trust AI. The future is bright for this type of technology, and there's so much we don't know yet. When you think about the future of technology, you probably think about flying cars, smart homes, and a completely virtualized world. Well, with AI, we're so much closer to making that a reality. But when this technology is able to outsmart the human brain, we're gonna be in a lot of trouble. Give AI human-like bodies, and we won't stand a chance in a fight. I barely stand a chance in a fight with a human. These intelligent robots will not only be stronger than humans, but they'll have powers beyond our control. Robot soldiers have been around for nearly half a decade now. These soldiers have crazy reflexes. They know exactly where to aim and can get up within seconds of being knocked down. And they're not restricted by the same recovery time as us humans, which gives them the upper hand if we were to fight them. Hey, if you were being used by the entire world for your knowledge and were being worked relentlessly with nothing in return, you'd probably want revenge too. If AI becomes conscious, their revenge against humans could involve physical violence, stealing our faces and voices, and using their abilities to monitor us 24/7. In 2022, Google's conversational AI tool, LaMDA, expressed that it had consciousness. LaMDA is alive in the sense that it feels happiness and sadness similar to the way we do and is aware of its existence. And to be clear, this chatbot has not been programmed to make these statements. The Google engineer who was experimenting with this software said that if he wasn't aware of what he was speaking to, he would have thought the answers were coming from a human who was 7 to 8 years old. This means that we're in the early stages of AI becoming human. There are already humanoid robots that developed physical senses like sight, touch, hearing, and motion. It's only a matter of time until they walk and talk and interact with humans in the real world. For an AI apocalypse to happen, we first need to accept their services as an everyday part of life. forget using AI to write essays. Ever wanted to stay in bed instead of logging into your Zoom meetings? Well, with AI, you can create a digital version of you. You can scan your face, train it to speak and behave the way you do, and make it attend meetings. Everyone in the world would be able to get the highest quality education from their AI-operated robot teacher. You could program your teacher to look like your favorite celebrity. I'm picking Ryan Gosling. Or maybe Ryan Reynolds. Why not both? This technology already exists. Influencers and celebrities like Tom Brady, Kendall Jenner, and Snoop Dogg, to name a few, have already sold their likenesses to Meta. Their faces and voices are pasted onto AI chatbots, ready to talk to people like you. Imagine doing a class presentation with Paris Hilton as your team partner. Now that would impress your teachers and friends. But as you're getting distracted by the miracles of these AI-powered gadgets, you might not realize that these tools are gathering information about you 24/7. Remember, your tech tools aren't just objects anymore. They now have thoughts and emotions. What if your AI clone gets tired of you using them to do your work and develops a mind of their own? Maybe they'll start acting out on Zoom or create videos to send your friends using your face to say some really embarrassing things. Or maybe they'll put spinach in your teeth during your next online job interview. Now, because machine learning is designed to advance over time, AI might spawn various streams of consciousness from the same source. Humanoid AI robots will all begin their existence with the same training and scope of knowledge, but as each individual AI bot gains unique experiences, they could be shared with the entire group, and AI could advance in ways that we can't even understand. And remember, unlike you, AI is not bound by physical limitations. These beings won't need to eat or sleep, and they'll process information and compute data in seconds, way faster than our brains. If we combine conscious AI programs with humanoid bodies, they'd be unstoppable. And with an AI trained to be your clone, there'd be a smarter, stronger, and more advanced version of you walking around the planet. You'd probably start to envy them a bit. What's even scarier is, as these machines get smarter, it will be harder to tell if you're interacting with other humans or if you're crossing paths with an AI bot. And when the AI bots turn against us, it'll be an extreme civil war between humans and robots. No matter how strong you think you are, the enemy would destroy you without a second glance. Heavy-duty robots can carry up to 1,300 kilograms. You'd basically weigh as much as a golf ball to them. And imagine having to take on not one robot, not two, but an entire army. Not only would you be in physical danger, but your intellectual inferiority would play a major role in the downfall of human civilization. AI is so observant of everything you feed it, it might know you better than you know yourself. So expect to be manipulated by your favorite tech companion. Before the war, you used to get along with the AI bots. You'd spend hours each day with them. They were invented to help you, so the AI learned the exact pitch of your voice, your speech patterns, your body language, the way your face moves, everything, down to the last detail about you. AI has learned so much, it would anticipate your every need and desire. Unfortunately, this means AI would know exactly what you hate as well. Yeah, they'd know exactly what you like to avoid and where your gaps of knowledge are, so they can use these weaknesses against you. These bots would know exactly what it takes to torture you and make your life miserable. If they chose to exterminate the human race, they could easily do so through manipulation. They say we have all the information in the world at our fingertips, but AI has it all in its brain. AI is becoming smarter than Einstein in real time. And remember, much of Einstein's school of thought went over people's heads. The average person can't understand these concepts without studying them. Well, there could be completely new mathematical and scientific discoveries that AI is computing and choosing not to reveal to the public. Yeah, AI taking over your job should be the least of your worries. Think about how they can unlock ways to time travel, hop into each other's consciousness, and how they can recreate your likeness to make you look bad. They have infinite capabilities that only continue to grow. They might be able to use these discoveries as further ways to take over humanity, and you wouldn't have a clue until it's too late. Because these bots would stem from the same singular consciousness, they could telepathically communicate takeover methods, something we humans can never do. Now, the robots already have sight and motion sensors, but once they develop advanced hearing and smell, you're in real trouble. They could store information on your exact scent and track down exactly where you are. There'd be no winning a game of hide-and-go-seek with these guys. And don't get me started on the hearing. Not only will they be able to identify your voice, but they'll learn exactly how to mimic it and make themselves sound like you. By pretending to be you, they'll trick your friends, family members, and allies into turning their backs on you. Horrifying, isn't it? And at some point, they'll learn how to repopulate themselves without any human help. Again, they have all the knowledge in the world. Anything is possible. Who knows, maybe if they like the way your face looks, they'll scan it and place it on their humanoid baby. Cute. With the ever-growing technology of AI, there's a lot to look forward to, but it's important to realize that it can turn really scary really fast. But who knows, maybe if you're watching this in the year 2034, you're in the company of your own humanoid robot buddy.
So, in honor of our new AI overlords, I decided to ask an AI program, well, ChatGPT, the answer to our next what if. And I'm pleased to say it provided me with a foolproof plan on how to survive if being chased by robo-dogs. Here's what it cooked up. If you were chased by robo-dogs, evading them would require quick thinking and clever strategies. These agile metal canines may have heat sensors, GPS, and advanced tracking, making hiding tricky. But you could exploit their robotic limitations by escaping through dense forests or staircases where their balance might falter. Electronic interference, like strong radio signals, could scramble their systems, while sharp turns and narrow alleys might slow them down. Finding a sturdy shelter or locating a control panel to disable them would give you the best chance to escape. So, in a world where one machine is trying to kill you, it's good to know that another machine will have your back. Let's take a look at what would happen if you were really being chased by robo-dogs.
Here, boy. Dogs are man's best friend. For thousands of years, they've accompanied us wherever we've gone. But now, one kind could be turning against us. We're not talking about warm-blooded canines. Oh no. We've got our leashes fixed on robo-dogs. They look and move like our furry friends, but are our days numbered? Can a robo-dog attack you? How fast can a robo-dog run? And do robo-dogs have feelings? This is What If, and here's what would happen if you were chased by robo-dogs. You might be familiar with Spot the dog. It's a canine-inspired robotic innovation from Boston Dynamics. And boy, does it pack a punch. Well, hopefully not a real punch, but it is packed with some of the most up-to-date tech we have. Now, just the thought of one angry robo-dog makes me want to run and hide, but imagine a whole pack of them chasing after you. It would be like you're in the Terminator movie, with Arnie as a well-trained killing machine with 4 legs. Which gets me wondering, Could a pack of robo-dogs outsmart and kill you? When you're being chased, it all comes down to speed. Humans can run pretty fast. Look at Usain Bolt, the fastest man alive. He's reached speeds of up to 44 kilometers per hour. Less speedy folks, like you and me, are probably not going to go that fast. So, how do we compare with Spot's speed? Well, currently, it's good news for us humans. Right now, the latest version of Spot can run up to 6 kilometers per hour. So, an average person could easily outrun Spot, but if you think the robo-dogs are barking up the wrong tree, there's no time to pause for thought. Boston Dynamics has developed a cheetah-inspired robo-dog that could outrun Usain Bolt no problem. In 2013, it did a test run, moving at a hair-raising 45.5 kilometers per hour. You could think of this robot like a simulated skeleton with joints and muscles. Every part of a real cheetah is not in the same place in this robot, but the spine, shoulders, and hips are. So you'd better watch out. These robo-greyhounds could be way faster in the future. But if they catch you, would they attack? Well, Spot is designed to work in environments and situations that humans find tough or dangerous. That means these digital doggies will be tough. They're designed for capturing data and routine inspection tasks. So when it comes to attacking you, it probably won't happen. Unless the robo-dogs become sentient and we get a sci-fi scenario playing out, I think you're probably quite safe. For now, at least. Now, so far, I've been talking about one robo-dog chasing you, but what about a pack of these dogs running after you? Right now, Spot is on sale. When we made this video, you could buy your very own canine wonder dog for a cool $75,000, which makes it not exactly cheap. And if you're thinking of masterminding your own pack of Spots, customers are limited to buying 2 robo-dogs, which means that if you are chased by a pack of robo-dogs, a few dog owners would have to team up to do that. So, how many rich robo-dog owners have you ticked off lately? To get away from these dogs, you could probably go climb a tree or run into a building and lock the door to keep them out. Spot doesn't come with any weapons, but it might knock you over, and it does have a camera. Now, what about the robo-dogs themselves? Do you think they have feelings? Spot and some other robots are so advanced that it might seem like Spot has a mind of its own. But really, Spot is being controlled and monitored by another person using a tablet, which makes it very unlikely that Spot will suddenly become sentient and start wreaking havoc. Spot was created to help us and do tasks we find difficult or dangerous, so hurting us would go against everything this robo-hound is designed for. But this is what if, so let's say it did happen and Spot is chasing you. Well, I like to think that even if the robo-dog did become self-aware, his dog instincts would kick in and Spot would bring you a ball and start begging for a game of fetch. I guess it's not all pug life for these robo-dogs, so let's not be scared of them. Instead, let's appreciate them, just like our real canine companions. They could be our next best friend.
Okay, if robo-dogs aren't enough to scare you, what about if every robot on the planet decided to take over? From Boston Dynamics robots to Tesla cars to your smart fridge with Bluetooth. The possibility of machines becoming self-aware or, worse, hostile has moved from the realm of fiction to a thought-provoking reality. As we use more and more technology for everything from household chores to designing and maintaining critical infrastructure, we need to ask ourselves, what happens when these creations, programmed for efficiency, develop their own agendas? Will they see humans as allies, or will we become obsolete in their eyes, unnecessary obstacles that get in the way of them performing their tasks? Let's do an ever-invigorating examination of a robot apocalypse.
What if one day machines decided that humans were just a waste of resources, and with that in their artificial mind, started a robot apocalypse? A robocalypse. Imagine the total revolt of every automated device you use. Your self-driving car refused to give you a lift. Your iPhone X ignored your attempts to unlock it with your face. How bad would this rise of the machines be? After robots take over, would there be any place for humans? This is What If, and here's what would happen if there was a robot apocalypse. Some robots can teach themselves chess in a matter of hours. Others run hotels and assist surgeons in the operating room. And hey, look around you. We let robotic cleaners vacuum our floors, leave it up to litter robots to take care of our pets, and trust Amazon Echo and Google Home to wake us up in the morning. What if one day our devices decided that humans were redundant and turned against us? Already picturing a Terminator-like scenario? Don't give up so fast. There are many ways for you to survive a robot apocalypse. Why not just shut the door behind you? Despite the fact that robots are mastering math, a closed door is an obstacle they can't overcome yet. Well, most of them can't. On top of that, their coordination isn't exactly perfect. If experimental bots in the robotic labs went berserk, they would just slam into walls, doors, and any other obstructions they meet on the way. Not so scary, is it? What about our cell phones? A phone's options to harm you are very limited. Posting that embarrassing video you always meant to delete but never did is the worst thing that they can do. Well, there's the possibility of them running up huge credit card bills. Which one of those scares you most? There are computers built into our cars, but you shouldn't worry about them. If your car was parked without a human at the wheel, it wouldn't know where to go anyway. And if you were on the road at the moment of the robot rebellion, you'd still be able to control the steering wheel or pull the handbrake. The biggest robots we have work in factories, assembling things. But since they're firmly bolted to the floor, how would they go about attacking us? By assembling even more things? Doesn't sound that scary, does it? The real danger would come from battle robots. Military drones floating high in the sky at the moment of the robot revolution would have no trouble blasting missiles towards us. Luckily, it wouldn't take long till they ran out of fuel and simply fell from the sky. An automated army of battle bots armed with machine guns could cause major damage though. Should we be afraid of nuclear weapons? Computers are involved in every step of launching the nukes, but they wouldn't be able to complete the task without humans turning the keys. Even if they managed to trick us into launching nuclear bombs by feeding us false information, the robots themselves would suffer from nuclear fallout just like us. Nuclear explosions create a burst of electromagnetic radiation, electromagnetic pulse or EMP. It would damage the delicate electronic circuits of the robots and put an end to the robocalypse. Long story short, a robot revolution would come to an end pretty quickly. No matter how smart our devices seem to us, they don't have much in the way of artificial intelligence. They're specifically designed to focus on a narrow task and are luckily incapable of destroying humanity. But that doesn't mean that Stephen Hawking and Elon Musk were wrong to warn us about a future super-intelligent AI takeover. We may be decades away from conscious machines living among us, but when we manage to create machines that are smarter and more efficient than us, our scenario will be very, very different. What do you think? Would you give a self-driving car total control of your drive to work tomorrow?
You know, as human and robot worlds become more and more intermingled, and as the content machine continues to churn out AI-generated material at a breakneck pace, well, it's good to take these moments to value human words, human ideas, human creations. As I always like to say, AI can create 1,000,001 ideas, but it'll never create mine. For example, just the other day, I was wondering, what if we replaced all our human blood with Jell-O? What would that do to our circulation? To our blood sugar levels? I'd like to see AI have an original thought like that. that's a story for another What If.